Good afternoon, parents and students of Wasatch Junior High. This is John Anderson, principal of Wasatch Junior High, and I'm here to talk to you today about student-led conferences slash parent-teacher conferences. As we move forward this year with our reconfiguration, one thing that we wanted to do is make parent-teacher conferences more efficient and more enjoyable for everyone, including teachers, students, and parents, as well as more informative. And so what we're going to be doing is student-led conferences. Our students have been working on preparing for those this week. And let me explain a little bit about why we're doing this. The data behind it suggests that it is highly effective. And so there is a study done by John Hattie, and it's called the Visible Learning Synthesis of 800 different meta-analysis relating to achievement. And student conferences and student self-reporting grading is the #1 most effective strategy we can use with students. And for you statisticians out there, it has a 1.44 effect size, which is amazing. Typically, statisticians are very happy to have a 0.7 for an effect size. So this is almost double of that effect size, and what we can see is that this has tremendous gains and opportunities for our students. So let me explain about what's going to happen on this day, next Monday and Tuesday coming up. So you'll arrive to the school, and as you come in through the front doors or into the cafeteria, under the no peanut zone, first of all, there will be an opportunity for you, if you'd like, to have a flu shot. Those are offered by the county, and every flu shot that is given, $2 of that comes back to the school. So there's a little kickback for us. The flu season's supposed to be really bad this year. I don't normally get one, but I'm really considering it this year. So just consider that as you walk in. Not required, but it's there available for you, and that's only Monday night. The next thing is there will be a table set up for the PTA. They'll be hopefully signing you up to be part of the PTA, the PTSA. There will be logo wear sold there as well, and then they'll have information about the bond that's coming up in November. We also would like you to stop by the office, because we'll have information about whether you need to check to see if you owe any fees, and if your student if you've purchased a yearbook yet for your child. And so please do that early on. Check to see if they've ordered one. We get towards the end of the year and kids want one, and we run out because we have to place the orders for those yearbooks in February. So if you haven't purchased one yet, please do so now, and check to see if you have any outstanding fees. And with that, let me tell you a little bit about how student conferences will be. So you'll come to the school. There's no sign-up online. The sign-up that you've seen is for the CCRPs, for the counselors, and for the 8th grade students. And so you come and you can, with your student, please bring your student. It is imperative that they're here. It'll make things a lot faster, a lot smoother, a lot more efficient, and a lot more interesting for you, and more educational for you as well. We've been teaching them and a script that they're supposed to go through. Everything is saved on a Google Doc in their SD account, and they can, as they come to a teacher, whether it's their 5th period teacher, 1st period teacher, it doesn't really matter. Just sign up. Just don't sign up. Just go to that classroom or any classroom that has any of your students' teachers. Go in, grab a Chromebook, sit down with them, and they will go over their script with you, the things that they're supposed to discuss. And the things that they're supposed to discuss with you are, 1, their grades for each class. Those will be pulled up on Canvas, and they should show you how to do that as well. The next thing they should be talking to you about are their SAGE scores. The current SAGE scores are posted. You should be able to find them. Now, 3 and 4 are the best. 4 is highly proficient, 3 is proficient, 2 is not yet proficient, and 1 is approaching proficiency, or 2 is approaching proficiency, and 1 is below proficient. So that's what those scores mean. And there are ranges within there, and if you want to know more about within that range where your student is, you can go with yourself online to the Utah State Office of Education and find out, or you can come talk to me and we can look it up for you. The other thing that they should be showing you are their benchmark scores that they've taken in their classes. What these are tests. They're common assessments throughout the whole district that we can compare data. And we've asked the students not to guess on these tests, and so some of the scores might seem a little low. And that's okay, because we don't want to teach stuff that your students already know, or they've guessed and they give us a false positive. But we want to cover all the information that we need to, but not waste on the stuff that we don't need to. It's all important, but we want to focus on what we need to learn and what to grow. The students should also be talking about goals that they've set for this year, both academically and behaviorally, what is expected of them, what they want to accomplish this year. Our goal for our students is to learn the material and to walk away from their classes knowing the material and those concepts that are taught within those classes, and to grow a year's growth for each student. And so, as the student presents to you in the classroom, after they're done, they'll receive a sticker from the teacher that says, "I've presented," and they'll stick it on them. And if you have any questions at this time, you can raise your hand and the teacher will come over to you and ask you what they can do. But I've asked them to put it back onto the students. So if there's a question concerning a grade, or they didn't explain the grades very well to you as a parent, the teacher's been instructed to say, "Well, Johnny, is there a reason why your parents don't understand this? We talked about this. Can you explain why you have a B in math, for example?" And then the teacher will come back, and if you raise your hand and say, "Okay, he's explained, I'm still a little confused," then the teacher will be more than happy to answer those questions. Sometimes the teacher may ask, "Well, this is a little more in depth than we need to cover right now. Maybe we can set up an appointment for another time," or later in that day. Now, parent-teacher conferences range from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday this next week. I would love to have you there. Please come with your student. It will be more effective if they are there. We do have contingency plans if you can't come with your student and be able to show you the same information. And one of those is that the student can show it to you at home on their own SD account. They can pull it up and be able to speak to you with that. And after you've done the presentation and heard the presentation from the student and answered some questions to them, you're free to wander the school and talk with any other teacher, introduce yourself, and get to know them. At the beginning of the year, we've only had 3, maybe 4 weeks of school. And teachers would be more than happy to meet you and talk with you and answer any questions or concerns. So with that, we are excited to try this. We know that it is effective, statistically speaking, and I've done it myself as a teacher. I loved it. It means a lot more to the student when they're explaining how they're growing and how they're developing. And as we grow and develop, and we're going to put all this information into this SD account, this Google file, for the next 3 years for the 6th graders, 2 years for the 7th, and 1 for the 8th grader. And we'll be able to see how they've grown over the years that they're here at Wasatch. So with that, we'd love to see you on next Monday and Tuesday, starting at 4 o'clock. You don't have to come at that time. You can come a little bit later. It's really up to you, but we're excited to have you. Please bring yourself and your student, and we'll see you on Monday and Tuesday. Thanks.